To achieve all this, the summit is structured into 5 key thematic pillars. The first pillar is Think Nigeria. This pillar seeks to identify what proactive steps are required towards building a local content in our economy, in which our national competitive advantage is created and sustained through a highly localized process. So Think Nigeria is a natural extension of Made in Nigeria. So that is one of the key themes. So you can see the flow from Made in Nigeria to these themes. The second, pillar 2, is skills, competencies, and capacity. This will focus on the linkages between economic opportunities, productivity, skills, and competencies, and the right policies that can deliver in the core areas. Pillar 3 is access to capital. And this is concerned with how Nigerians can create and explore the strategic investment options, frameworks, models, and business cases for unlocking the type of capital flows that create opportunities and jobs for Nigerians. The fourth pillar is legislation. Here we are going to examine what will be the impact of specific legislation identified by the National Assembly Business Environment Roundtable to create economic opportunities and jobs for Nigerians. As you can see, we are integrating everybody, the executive, the National Assembly, and also we've been working with the states as well, because this plan, the ERGP, is a plan that has been was developed after extensive consultation and has been accepted by all in Nigeria. When the president launched it, you recall that a governor, the chairman of the Governors Forum, spoke on behalf of the governors and said they endorsed it. They were part of it. They were consulted. Then the Senate president and the speaker spoke on behalf of the National Assembly, that they were part of it, that they were consulted, and they supported. So this is a national plan. And at every stage, we are involving all the arms of government and the various levels in the implementation. It's a national plan, must all be involved. And pillar 5 is economic inclusion. The focus of this pillar will be on what tangible actions and collaborative efforts are required to deepen economic inclusion across Nigeria, to unlock opportunities at the subnational level, de-escalate threats to national security, and make the business case for a united Nigeria. The summit will further seek to articulate an action plan with specific timelines for all stakeholders. Because a plan, any plan, is at a certain level. This plan, like every other plan, is at 30,000 feet. When you implement it, you have to bring it down to 3 feet. And that is part of what all these exercises are about. You start with a plan, and then you bring it down, and bring it down, and bring it down, and give it more detail and so on. That is how plans are implemented. The summit will, so accountability frameworks will also be set up to ensure that Nigerians take advantage of the opportunities that exist to increase productivity and create jobs, leveraging area sectors such as infrastructure, transport and logistics, creative industries, agriculture and agribusiness, mass and low-income housing, renewable energy, manufacturing. Other features of the summit include startup pitching events, plenary and breakout sessions. As part of the solutions-based format adopted to deliver NES23, the startup pitching events, the first of its kind, will connect new ventures seeking to raise funds with potential investors. 8 selected early-stage startups that are registered in Nigeria and which have been doing business for no more than 3 years will be invited to pitch in front of venture capitalists and investors in order to create opportunities for Nigerian youth. What we are trying to do is to support innovation, to make sure that those with ideas have backing, have venture capitalists who can back them. There are many people with a lot of ideas, and they simply need backing. They need capital. They need people to support them. And so that is part of what this is a very practical, hands-on summit, not a theoretical one. Hands-on summit to get things done. It is expected that the session will also connect the 8 startups with venture capitalists and investors. And I'm sure as this works, more of such things will be organized. We can't wait for the next summit. As this succeeds, even between summits, we will continue to do these things and get things going.
Nigeria's Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning, Udoma, outlining some of the key pillars of the Nigeria Economic Summit 2017, the 23rd edition, that's scheduled for October the 10th to 12th in Abuja. That will be closely watched, of course, by Business Morning. Well, of course, we need to shift gear a little bit into the banking sector. The Central Bank of Nigeria says it's going after insider abuse in the banking sector, in particular against the big boys in the banking business, in particular those folks who sit in the boardroom. This is Business Morning. We'll return with some words from Godwin Emefiele, the Central Bank Governor and the man in charge of financial sector stability at the Central Bank, Dr. Joseph Unana. What do they have to say about insider abuse, those billions of naira going through the back door in the banking industry? Let's come back to you after the break.